a great man, a great sportscaster, one of the greatest in Petersburg High School in that era and in that arena, Sean Robertson.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Man, I love you, man.
Love you. I appreciate it. Yeah. You got me on this one.
I got you, man.
You got me on this one.
This is, hey, man, this is good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man. You deserve it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, boy. Wow. Coach, you can introduce me anytime you want, okay? Anytime you want. I'm still speechless, dumbfounded that I received this honor. All right. First of all, I want to thank the committee members for this incredible honor this evening.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Whew. Next, I got to do some special thank yous because if not, I'm going to be locked out of my house tonight. So I'm going to start with my family who are here this evening. My wonderful wife, Stacy. I don't know if I can look at you right now, but I'm going to try. She pushes me to be the very best, and there's some days she'll say some things that I really don't want to hear, but I need to hear it. And it's her voice that I hear. And along with little Tucker, Daddy's up here. You'll say, hey, hey. They have given me the biggest inspiration to do what I do, and I love you for that. Next is my mom. Whew, I didn't know it was going to be this hard. She's been my biggest supporter, harshest critic. When I told her at a young age on South Dunlop Street that I wanted to do this, she never said you couldn't do it. We're not supposed to cry. This is not, so don't do that. So, Mom, I want to thank you for having my back for all these years. To my stepfather, Cuff, he's kept me on my toes even when I didn't want to at a young age. Something that has made me a better person to this day. Also to my cousins who made it up here, Nikki, Brian, Bianca, Sky. Kendall also made it. Thank you for coming. And also my stepmom, Serena, she made the trip all the way from Bedford, Virginia to come up, and that really means a lot for you to do that. I stand here honored, humbled, teary-eyed, as you can plainly see. When I found out I was going into the Wall of Fame, it made me reflect on a lot of people that got me to this point. Back to my mass comm professor, Sherry Goodwin, who made me the sports editor of the Virginia Statesman, got me my first taste of journalism, research, talking to the coaches, talking to the players, getting to the bottom of the story. So she played a big part in that. And I guess go all the way back to Coach Thomas to get me to be statistician because I knew I couldn't make the basketball team. That's why I didn't go out. That meeting with Sherry Goodwin led me to meeting Greg Goins, who this past February made it into the CIAA Hall of Fame in Baltimore. He gave me the opportunity to write game recaps on campus after football games and basketball games. This was his thing. That was his baby as the SID. But I kept harassing him, coming to his office, saying, I really want to learn. I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And Greg said, okay, write game recaps, write the CIAA preseason football prospectuses and the media guide. And that was like the Bible for CIAA football. Everybody got that media guide. And for some, it was like no big deal, but that was huge for me to see my story in that prospectus. That was big for me, and he played a big part in that. He also got me to become the PA announcer for the women's basketball games at Daniel Gem. And, you know, even though I didn't get paid for a lot of those things, yeah, he paid me with wisdom and other things of that nature. And I will never forget what you did for me, Greg, back then. I appreciate that. That also led me to my next journey, which was working at WVST, The Source. And those were some of the best times I had in my life, working with the late James Udell, who I think about all the time. A true Trojan, man of Troy. You knew when he walked in the building, he was there. And I can't say it how he said it. Hey now! I tried, but that didn't do it justice for what James did. But he brought together 3 interns who have become lifelong friends to this day, and one of them is here this evening, and that's Nikki Lowry Southall. We called each other the dynamic duo for like a year and a half of calling basketball games on WVST. You know, it didn't catch on, but we thought it was kind of cool to call each other the dynamic duo. She made me a better broadcaster during that time and to this point, and she even spoke into existence this past homecoming when the CIAA and ESPN Plus decided to join together and broadcast every basketball game, men and women, for the tournament. Nikki told me point blank, you need to go for it. You need to go for it. That's your calling. Do it, do it, do it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna hear back, and eventually I did. So I wanna thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. Publicly said, I said that to you on the phone, but I wanna publicly tell you that. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our former television director at VSTV, Jerry Crawford II, because he actually sent an email to my boss, who was standing out there in the back with the camera, Lane Casadante. I had no idea he sent this email off. It was an email to him that if they needed a freelance reporter, Sean was gonna be the guy. His ceiling, he's reached his ceiling at Virginia State. We want him to go on. Basically tried to kick me out for whatever reason. But he sent the email to Lane. Lane called me up, and for the past 14 years-ish, give or take, we've been working together. And right now, we are currently the only sports department in Richmond. So working along with Lane, our general manager, Stephen Hayes, who's a huge sports fan, and he's a big contributor to what we do. That kind of jump-started my career into Channel 6, and with other entities like Sports Radio 910. Bob Black was the program director back then. He got me some opportunities to work with the Richmond Rhythm, and I've done some games with him, with the Richmond Braves, and none of that would have been possible without Virginia State. And the last thank you is to all of the coaches, Coach Wheat, all of the coaches, you too, Coach Thomas, the administrators, and of course to the student athletes, to allow me to be a part of your programs and trusting me with access to give the listener, the viewer, your story, how you want it to be told. And without any of you, I would not be standing here tonight receiving this honor. So I thank all of you very, very much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And now that we got that out of the way, we're going to continue on with our program. So that's a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to MC the rest of the way, and I want to thank Cassandra. I want to thank Cassandra for starting it off, handing it off to me, and we're going to take it the rest of the way. So our next inductee for this year